The earliest known flag of 13 stars and 13 stripes is the one which flew over the Battle of Bennington in August 1777. A regiment of Brother Ethan Allen Green's mountain boys helped win the victory there. This flag is still preserved today in the museum at Bennington, Vermont. As in many other flags from that era, the Bennington flag has many unexpected differences from the flag we love today. The first flag law did not indicate exact details of colors, proportions, star arrangements, and so forth. Since all flags were made by hand, each flag was more or less different than all the others. No one today knows why the figure 76 was added to the Canton. And while the stars here have 7 points, other flags of that time had stars ranging from 4 to 7 points. The Betsy Ross flag. Today, this version of the 13 star, 13 stripe flag is very familiar to everyone. Surprisingly, it was scarcely known at the time of the American Revolution. Most flags had their stars arranged in rows. An oval of 12 stars with one in the center was also a popular design. However, the law didn't specify any official pattern for the stars until 1912. The design with the stars in a ring is popularly associated with Betsy Ross. Today, thousands of visitors visit the house in Philadelphia where the first flag was supposedly made. This flag has been pictured in many paintings as the periods such as the Spirit of 76, Washington crossing the Delaware. Betsy Ross's first husband, John Ross, was a member of Lodge No. 2, Free and Accepted Masons of Pennsylvania. The first Navy Jack. A jack is a small flag flown on the bow of a ship. In American and English tradition, it usually incorporates part of the design of the national emblem. Our first Navy Jack had 13 stripes, 7 white and 6 red. Stretched across it was a rattlesnake with the motto, "Don't tread on me." Brother John Paul was one of the many to sell under our first Navy Jack. The rattlesnake, first employed by Brother Benjamin Franklin in a newspaper cartoon, was a popular symbol of protest against British injustice. Its rattle was believed to be composed of 13 segments, an ideal symbol for the rebellious colonies. The Star-Spangled Banner of 1812. This flag was our national emblem during the War of 1812. 2 of our Masonic brethren are remembered as heroes of this war. Most worshipful Brother Andrew Jackson defeated the British at the Battle of New Orleans. He was elected Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Tennessee in 1822 and became the 7th President of the United States in 1823. Commodore O.H. Perry, with his motto of "Don't give up the ship," continued to fight with his flagship riddled to pieces and 80% of its crew casualties until the British were defeated in the Battle of Lake Erie. Visitors to the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. today stand in awe of the original Star-Spangled Banner. No one fails to be impressed with its beauty and size. 30 feet by 42 feet. It's a big flag. Many are surprised to find that it has 15 stripes as well as 15 stars. The 48 star flag. Present pattern of 13 stripes and a star for each state was not established until the flag law of 1818. On October the 29th of 1912, 136 years after the founding of our nation, brother and President William Howard Taft, by executive order, fixed our flag in this form of 48 stars and 13 stripes. It was our national emblem through peace and war, prosperity and depression. This flag flew over our nation longer than any of the others before it. 47 years. From just before World War I to just before Vietnam. Many famous Masons served this banner. To mention just a few: General Black Jack Pershing, Eddie Rickenbacker, Charles Lindbergh, Franklin Roosevelt, Audie Murphy, Harry S. Truman, Douglas MacArthur, Curtis LeMay. With the addition of Alaska and Hawaii as states in the Union, the 50 star came into being in 1960 and is now our longest flying flag. Now, before we present the colors this afternoon, or this evening, I'd like to clarify the meaning of the stars and stripes, the flag of our country, and the proper etiquette required of every citizen. The flag of the United States represents neither House of Congress, the President of the United States, nor any political party. It is neither liberal or conservative, and represents no faction or individual. The stars and stripes represents the United States of America, the Constitution, and those who fought and those who died to preserve that Constitution. Now, when we present the national colors, we'll ask all to rise and ask you to salute as follows. Members of the armed forces in uniform give the military salute. Members of the armed forces and veterans not in uniform may render the military salute or place the right hand, palm down, over heart, at your option. All other persons salute by placing the right hand, palm down, over the heart. And as a reminder to any men who are not veterans or in the armed forces, if you are wearing a hat, please remove it with your right hand and hold it at the left shoulder, the hand being over the heart. Please maintain the salute until after the toast to the flag, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the national anthem, which follows. Will everyone please rise? Present the colors. know I said you may drop. We'll salute again in a minute. A toast to the flag. Here's to the red of it. There's not a thread of it, no, not a shred of it, and all the spread of it from foot to head. But heroes bled for it, faced steel and lead for it, precious blood shed for it, bathing it red. Here's to the white of it, thrilled by the sight of it, who knows the right of it, but feels the might of it through night and day. Womanhood's care for it made manhood dare for it. Purity's prayer for it keeps it so white. Here's to the blue of it, beauteous view of it, heavenly hue of it, star-spangled dew of it, constant and true. Diadems gleam for it, states stand supreme for it, liberties beam for it, brightens the blue. Here's to the whole of it, stars, stripes, and pole of it, body and soul of it. Oh, and the roll of it, sun shining through. Hearts in accord for it. Swear by the sword for it. Thanking the Lord for it. The red, the white, and the blue. Please join in the pledge of allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. These flags will always be a symbol of the courage and determination of the people behind them. This is as it should be. But remember this solemn truth. This nation cannot survive on the sacrifice and the valor of our ancestors. It is our duty, as it is the duty of every generation, to sacrifice when called upon, endure when necessary, and willingly assist to preserve, protect, and defend these United States of America at all times. Only then can the greatest nation known to man continue to serve as a beacon of light for the generations of the future.